See, now I just have a couple of key things to say about the show, and these are not at all arranged in order of importance. But what I want to know first of all is, why is this lady's first instinct always to kill people? Like, any difficult situation they find themselves in, if you check it, the first solution Kemi will offer anybody is that let's kill them. And of course, like, her reasoning was kind of understandable for some of these ones, but it just seems like she really gets to the murder point very, very quickly. She doesn't really explore that option first. So, Kola, murder. That photographer, murder. Uncle B, literally after they finished fighting and everything and they were about to get away, she took a moment to carry a lighter and to pour kerosene and light the whole place on fire. So murder and arson for Uncle B. She just seems to have very strong criminal tendencies, which I thought was very interesting. But I'm not judging. She actually quite liked the character of Kemi. She's very different from Sarah, who is like a resident lover girl, you know. And my second problem with this film is these two. What is the matter with them? Like, I don't understand. What is their problem? Every small thing, first of all, they're always trying to kill somebody, and if they're not trying to kill somebody, they're having sex. Actually, matter of fact, their entire relationship was just them plotting crime and having sex, and that's it. Like, and I thought it was the funniest thing. I will say though, I do kind of like Kemi's wife, or as Timei called her, you know, her brother's personal witch, because she just seemed very wicked. And I don't know, there's something about women having wickedness in their hearts that makes me very, very happy. But yeah, she seemed very cold, very wicked, and I loved that for her and for Femi as well. But yeah, Femi and his wife are a very problematic pair. Very much so. Also, the third important thing I think we just talk about for just 30 seconds is Ibrahim. That's Kemi's ex. Just because he's so cute. And when like Sarah's like, oh, like let's go to your ex Ibrahim and like try to get a gun, and he's like, do you know how long it took me to get away from Ibrahim? You know, why will I go back, that kind of stuff? I'll be honest with you, if Ibrahim was my ex, I would go back there. 100%. And I honestly just tell myself, like, honestly, what's there? It's not small drugs that he's dealing. What's there? I don't think you should be judging anybody. Who am I to judge? Everybody has their own small red flag that they carry, and that's Ibrahim's own, you know? I just feel like Kemi should have been a little more open-minded. But anyway, now they're more my sweet angel, Kate Henshaw, whom I love. I absolutely enjoyed the character of their mom, and I love that she was so consistent in her wickedness. Like, as far as your name is not Kola, this woman hates you, and she hates you and your daddy. Like, she absolutely hated her two children, like, that were not Kola. Furthermore, actually, let me quickly touch on this. This one used to kiss Kola on the mouth. Like, why was Kola out here kissing his mommy on the mouth? Honestly, this is one of those things that does me, like, you know, I know I've said before that generally I feel like when you're dating, you probably shouldn't wait too long to meet your partner. Like, if you guys are getting serious and stuff, don't wait too long to meet their family. Just like you can decipher some things and see whether or not this is a family you can see yourself marrying into. Do you understand? Because what if this boy is out here kissing his mommy on the mouth and you don't know? Like, what if that's kind of weird, close relationship they have? So meet the family basically early enough so that you can just see what's going on and you can dip before your feelings get too deeply involved, right? But anyway, I digress. But the way this man loved Kola was just incredibly creepy and disturbing, because she literally talked up, like, I remember she was talking to one of the kids once and she was like, you killed him. I loved Kola, you killed him. You took away the only good thing in my life. The only joy I had. My Kola, my son was good. And they just finished telling her how, you know, he used to beat all his girlfriends and like mutilate them and make them sit down quietly while he paints them after beating them, right? She's like, no, he was a good man. He knew that you girls tried to take advantage of him, and that's why he used to beat you and slap you. He was misunderstood. That kind of rubbish. And I understand that they're probably like exaggerating a lot, right, with the character of the mom, but it's not far from what happens in reality. Because how many men do you know that they're the actual devil, but their mom is like, no, my son is a good man. Like, she cuddles and over cuddles and pets and that kind of thing, right? So, you know, it's unfortunate that this is the world we are living in, but yeah, that kind of stuff does happen. So you better meet your boyfriend's mommy very, you know, early enough at least, so that you know whether they used to kiss on the mouth in their family. And I will say this though, this one is as fabulous as she is wicked. Like, if you talk about the looks, the outfits, like, I think as a whole, the fashion designers did a fabulous job with the fits in this show. Like, talk about looks on looks on looks on looks on looks. on looks, right? But particularly their mom, no, she gave us outfits for days. Like that red outfit she wore in the final scene, it was giving Wicked Witch of the West. It was giving the devil. Do you understand? Like, I loved it. I think they did a fabulous job with that. But now moving on to something else, I do want to touch on Timaine a little bit. Not like particularly her character, but the actress who played Timaine. I just want to say that I'm calling it now, and I feel like this lady is like new age Nkiru Sivanos. Like the tears that she was giving us, and I feel like the tears that she can give, this lady was really giving us tears, kata and everything. Like, she just seems like she can cry. Like, she absolutely seems like if you just give her a camera, put her there, she will cry for you and for Africa. Now, something else that came to mind for me when I watched this was the American cop, right? And I think it was a very smart, decision in making the cop American, or the detective American, because we both know that no bloody Nigerian officer in this life will go out of his way to investigate a crime like this, and despite his superiors telling him drop it, like, don't look at this and that, just look at those two girls are the software. They're just gonna arrest those two girls and that'll be the end of it. Like, no Nigerian officer will stand up and investigate the way that, like, he investigated. He was like, no, something isn't right, this and that. He spoke to witnesses, he did this, he did that. And so Nigerian officers, they're not about that. They're really not about that. So I think it made sense in making him American, because obviously this character, smells that something is wrong and he's not able to drop it. He goes out of his way to investigate. So I thought that was a good choice, because we all know that police is not your friend in Nigeria, my dear. Nigeria police is definitely not your friend. Now, something else I think is important to mention is the character of Blade. I feel like he looks exactly like Chike, like the musician, like exactly. I think they could play brothers in another movie. Also, I loved the name Blade. It sounds like a perfect serial killer name. If I were to be a serial killer, I would probably go by Blade. But honestly though, I do want to say I'm grateful to the makers of this film for giving us Kemi and Sarah, because now I no longer have to say Thelma and Louise when referring to a strong, iconic female pair, like in terms of a female friendship. But yeah, that's essentially all I have to say about Both Sisters. I mean, like, there's a lot that's so obvious about it, in that it's just obviously an incredible work of art. I loved it. It was just enjoyable. I was able to just sit down and enjoy it, right? So I don't have anything overly deep to dissect. I think a lot of the things are very self-explanatory. I loved it, but these are just some things that I felt were very, very important, that bothered me / I loved, like the fashion, that I just felt needed to be shared. With my 150 subscribers, so people should continue to like and subscribe. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.